Don't feed Gangplank. Gangplank is a melee champion with powerful ranged burst damage. He deals primarily physical damage. Gangplank's passive is Grog-Soaked Blade, which causes his attacks to deal a small amount of additional magic damage each second over 3 seconds and slow the target by 7%. Grog-Soaked Blade can stack up to 3 times, increasing both the damage and the slow, and the cooldown is refreshed by additional attacks. If Gangplank is able to stay in melee range of a target and continue attacking them, he can keep them perpetually slowed. While Gangplank is quite capable in a lane, Grog-Soaked Blade is an excellent addition to his early jungling potential if he chooses to jungle. This is because he can keep his additional damage rolling on the higher health targets and kill them much more quickly than normal. Gangplank's Parlay is a single ranged shot on a very short cooldown. This ability deals a base amount of physical damage plus additional damage equal to his normal attack damage. When he kills a target with this ability, he gains up to 8 bonus gold. Though Gangplank's normal attacks are melee range, this ability is mechanically similar to a normal attack. It will apply his Grog-Soaked Blade passive and can critically strike. It gains bonus damage from Sheen. Finally, it is affected by items like Thornmail and benefits from Lifesteal. However, Parlay cannot be dodged and is not prevented by blinds, and is blocked by both Banshee's Veil and Pantheon's Aegis Protection. Parlay offers incredible burst damage and can be used to effectively harass or kill targets throughout the game. If Gangplank cannot safely get in melee range of a fight, he can still make effective use of Parlay. Since Parlay applies Grog-Soaked Blade, it is a good precursor to a gank. Because of the bonus gold, Parlay is always very strong for farming, and places Gangplank in the top tier of champions in terms of gold potential. Gangplank's Remove Scurvy heals him and removes most types of crowd control effects on him, including suppression effects. It will not stop knockbacks, knockups, or pull abilities. Remove Scurvy is simple in concept, but it is a signature ability that makes him very hard to effectively lock down. Due to a relatively long cooldown, the best counter to Remove Scurvy is having a crowd control ability on reserve until he activates it. Alternatively, use refreshing crowd controls such as a slowing AoE on the ground or Ashe's Frost Shot. Gangplank's Raise Morale passively increases his attack damage and movement speed. When activated, Raise Morale grants substantially higher attack damage and movement speed for several seconds, while also granting half the effect to nearby allied champions. Though the passive effect is technically disabled during the active, there is no additional downtime associated with activating it, and it is effectively always a buff to use when the active is available. Gangplank may use this to help push towers, both solo and when teammates are around. Additionally, it is very useful at all stages of solo and team fights, and especially useful to chase down fleeing opponents if a fight turns in his favor. This ability should also be used when jungling and when it can benefit lane harassment. In a pinch, Gangplank can use Remove Scurvy to clear crowd controls and Raise Morale to quickly get away from a bad situation. Combined with Ghost, this can be even more effective. Gangplank's ultimate is Cannon Barrage, a large area of effect ability that slows all enemies within it and randomly drops cannonballs throughout the effect that deal damage on impact. This ability can be used on any location in the game map, regardless of Gangplank's current location. Cannon Barrage can be used to very effectively ensure kills for his teammates when team fights are occurring in the early and mid-game. Alternatively, it can be used to help his teammates get away from otherwise assured death. If an enemy champion at low health flees beyond the range of him or any of his allies, Cannon Barrage can be used to kill them. Alternatively, it can be very effective at cutting off an escape they may be using, forcing them to choose between taking the damage and slow or attempting to come back towards their enemies. In teamfights, Cannon Barrage can be used to provide additional damage in a stationary fight, or force movement on the part of the team taking damage. If used once Gangplank's enemies are low, it can help prevent them from escaping while helping to net kills. Cannon Barrage is excellent at providing assists and potentially kills for fights he is not otherwise involved in. Since it can also quickly clear out minions, it can provide additional gold in lane fights, or remove minion protection from his opponents. Gangplank has flexibility and the ability to stay at a range and offer support to his team at a distance if he has fallen behind in the game, or if he simply cannot survive the melee pressure from an enemy team. However, he is still best used when he can provide these benefits to his team and stay in the team fight. If against Gangplank, put pressure on him when he enters the fight, especially when he moves in melee range. Never underestimate the potential damage of Parlay. It has enormous burst potential and can be used to annihilate opponents who are at low health. In the early game, a lucky crit with Parlay can kill you even when you think you're safe. When fighting Gangplank, avoid relying on crowd control to net the kill. He'll just eat some oranges and BK. Thanks for watching this Don't Feed. If you want to be alerted to every video I release, subscribe to my channel.